And if you're still looking to hit the road but at a lower cost, a scooter may fit your budget. We're going to sit down with the CEO of Vespa Parents, of the company that owns Vespa, and check out why these small machines are bringing in a huge profit these days. But first, if the rails aren't to your liking, you may want to try hitting the road on a two-wheeler. Joining us for another Fox Business exclusive is Paolo Timoni. He is president and CEO of Piaggio Group Americas. Now, that owns the company that makes this beautiful machine. This machine, good to see you, Paolo. This machine is more than a machine. It's an icon.
It's an icon of design.
You see this thing on the old Sophia Loren movies. I guess it was right after World War II when they first came out, right?
Yeah, the first one was in 1946.
46, right after the war. Of course, reacting to the fact that Europeans didn't have a lot of money after the war, particularly in Italy. But now, suddenly, we're finding it fits the current situation we're in.
Yes, because, you know, with scooters, they consume less gas, they emit less carbon dioxide, so they are friendly to the environment, and also they ease traffic congestion. So I think they can be a very important part of the solution of the current transportation issues.
And frankly, it's a beautiful machine.
And it's also beautiful.
It's got this one of these. There are few machines that have that classic design. Of course, Italians know a lot about design, but that lasts since 1946. Your sales are up how much in the last quarter?
Well, year-to-date July here in the United States, retail sales are up 93%.
93%?
93, yes. But what has been more amazing is that this trend has been accelerating. So just to give you an example, sales were up 100% in May, 147% in June, and 169% in July over July of last year.
Wow.
So it's been very good.
Now, how does that translate into what the company is doing right now? You're obviously trying to make out as many...
We are running the factories...
Make as many of these as you
exactly.
can. In fact, is there a problem with not having enough right now?
No, there is no problem. You know, the United States is still a market in its infancy. Relative to our worldwide volumes, it's still relatively small, and therefore we can accommodate this with ease.
Now, where are these things manufactured right now?
In a small town in Tuscany in the name of Pontedera.
You're kidding. There's one small town that comes out with all the Vespas
right, with all the Vespas, and it's in Tuscany.
Gran Turismo, that's the name of this particular model. Right. Gran Turismo. How many models are there?
We have about 6-7 models. They goes from the $3,000 to the $6,000 and something. So they're very affordable, and you know, you were talking about train. They are a complement to train, for example, because people need to drive from their house to the train station, and there is no more parking space left to the train station.
And that's it. I mean, obviously, if you've got an SUV, this is not going to take the place of an SUV. This is a second, a third transportation vehicle for the family.
This is always a complement. You know, the idea is that we want to become more efficient, and we have this target of 40 miles a gallon, right? We want to go to at least 40 miles a gallon. How do we do it? Do we all need to buy a hybrid and stop driving all these beautiful American cars that we have?
By the way, let me stop you right here. This is what, about 70, 80 miles a gallon?
This is 70, 75 miles a gallon.
75.
Right?
Wow.
So maybe an alternative is that you drive your SUV 50% of the time, you drive your Vespa 50% of the time, and on average, you're driving at 40 miles a gallon.
I see. Now, why, when expenses for Europeans are so low in the United States, why aren't you manufacturing here? Why don't you set up a company here? The help would be a lot cheaper. Everything, all the materials would be a lot cheaper.
Right. Well, I'm not excluded that sometimes in the future, as volume increase, we might
I've got some, if cash is a problem, I've got some money. I could help you.
But, you know, we like the quality of our Italian craftsmanship.
Wait a minute, Paolo. We're pretty good with quality.
Right, and for the time being, they come out of Italy.
By the way, we should mention, you're a former McKinsey guy, so you know how things work in this country quite well. But might you expand outside of that one little town in Italy?
Oh, well, for example, for the time being, we are building factories. We have a factory already in China, and we are building a new factory in Vietnam.
Vietnam, okay. Yes. And of course, they know a lot about Vespas there. We should just to put it in perspective, if you drive an SUV to work every day, an SUV will cost you about $2,600 a year in gas prices. A Vespa will cost about $650.
Exactly.
So again, it's not going to replace the SUV, but what you can use this to commute to the train station or something. Now, are they hard to learn how to ride?
No, they're very easy.
Because I've driven a motorcycle, but I've never been on a Vespa.
Basically, all you need to do is to shift your right hand, that's the way, and then you brake with your two hands, you know, one brake here, one brake there. Paolo, all you need to know.
They're giving me the wrap. It was great to see you.
Good to see
and I
you
get to take this home, right?
Yes, it's yours.
Okay, fine. I'll take a dozen.
Okay.
Wrap it up. Thanks very much.